Welcome to Agenda Edina, a news program summarizing the actions taken at City Hall that affect you most. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty. Edina Liquor has set its own New Year's resolution to make at least $1 million in annual profits again to support the community. In 2012, Edina Liquor made the most money in its history, generating almost $1.5 million. Due to increased competition in the area, revenue produced at 3 municipal stores dropped to about half of that in the years that followed. 2016 profits are estimated to be about $680,000. Earlier this year, the city manager's liquor store task force was formed to provide input and direction for ways to increase Edina Liquor's profits. Based on their work, Edina Liquor staff will focus on 6 objectives in 2017. Goals include more targeted online marketing and advertising, improved customer service, development of a new customer loyalty program, online ordering and delivery system, and expansion of specialty products. In addition, staff will be scheduled to maximize efficiency, and management will consistently measure and report results.
What I'm actually most excited about, and I think is going to have the most significant impact, is beginning a loyalty program that will really make the connection clear between the liquor stores and our recreation enterprises, so that when you go to the golf course or the ice arena, you can clearly understand the impact that liquor store profits have to those facilities that we use every day.
A new general manager for Edina Liquor, Josh Furbish, will begin work before the end of the year. The City Council recently gave preliminary approval to what could be one of the most transformative redevelopments in recent history, the Avenue on France. Whittemere Development proposes redeveloping the 6600 and 6800 blocks of France Avenue. The nearly 22-acre site is currently home to 377,000 square feet of existing buildings. Under the proposed plan, an additional 500,000 square feet of building development would be constructed in phases, including a new medical building, office building, hotel, 70-unit condominium building, and 3 retail buildings. The 7-story office building at 6800 France, 6-story office building at 6600 France, and Tavern on France restaurant would remain.
If you look at 50th and France, which is very special to Edina, but it's very special to the region. And then we have our Centennial Lakes project in Edina that is, it's so well known. We want to add to that and have another feature of similar value and quality for the community to enjoy.
The first phase of redevelopment is currently underway with the construction of Bank of America. The second phase will include 2 of 3 retail buildings on France. When completed, the Avenue on France will add more than $250,000 to Edina's tax base. After more than 18 years of service, one of Edina's longest-serving city council members is retiring. Ann Swenson decided not to run for re-election and has her last meeting this month. Edina TV's Dietrich Nissen has more on what she's meant to the organization and what's next for her.
I like this project a lot.
Running for office isn't really a skill set I've ever developed.
When Ann Swenson graduated from Edina High School in 1969, the closest to a political career she'd had was in elementary school.
I ran for my 4th grade class president and lost because I voted for my next best friend, Sally, who was running, and she didn't vote for me.
But that minor upset didn't bring her down. Instead, she got so involved with the community, she was asked to be a leader.
Years ago, I was asked to apply for the park board. And this is before the council interviewed, and the mayor usually just did the appointments. And so I wrote a park board application that talked about all my years of coaching soccer and running the Edina Swim Club and, why I would be good for park.
But again, she wasn't picked. Former Edina Mayor Fred Richards had already filled the spot and asked her to join the Planning Commission instead.
He didn't know that I have a background in architecture and art history, and I have a degree in design. So serendipity, I ended up on planning, which really became the love of my life. And I did that for 10 years.
That decade included serving on the Zoning Board and Historical Preservation Board until one day she wanted more.
I was walking out of the meeting and I was mad because the council hadn't been listening to us. And I said I should run for council. And my friend walking out with me looked at me and said, yes, you should.
Soon after, her friends and family campaigned on her behalf, and in 2005, she won a seat on the Edina City Council, a seat she's now held for 2 more terms.
You couldn't ask for a better person to serve on a city council with than Ann Swenson.
A pragmatist, Swenson developed a reputation for being detail-oriented, efficient, and future-focused.
It's kind of an odd corner, so this is sort of, to me, a little bit of an odd building.
She asks questions, she looks for more information and detail so that she fully understands the issue. And that's what you want, of course, from an elected official and from a commission representative, is somebody who thinks deeply about the subjects. That's Ann to a T.
She's smart, that she knows Edina upwards and backwards, that she is direct, and that she's unambiguous.
In addition to approving many of Edina's newest buildings,
This is a really cool place, and it will make our city a much better place to live and play.
she's particularly proud of the changes at 50th and France, including her ability to find funding for the Spalding statue, which greets pedestrians.
She has been nothing but fabulous to work with, and she's also a lot of fun.
She was thinking about not only the people that were now living here, she was thinking about the people that weren't living here yet.
And to that end, Swenson says her next step is to continue the fight for affordable housing.
I would like, as a city, to take a more proactive view of how we can keep housing for people that work in our city, at Fairview, at Southdale, in all sorts of different jobs. And so that's kind of my hopeful next chapter.
And although she never set out to be a politician, her love for her childhood city helped her grow into one of its well-respected leaders.
In the long run, if you felt you did the best thing for the city, then you've done your job right.
In Edina, Dietrich Nissen, Edina TV.
Swenson's spot on the City Council has been filled by Mike Fisher, who had also served on the Edina Planning Commission prior to becoming a City Council member. Fisher begins his term January 4th and will be missed. All of us at Edina TV wish you and yours happy holidays. Thanks for watching this episode of Agenda Edina. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty.